and subscribe to the On3 YouTube page. We're going to get to KJ Bolden here in about 4 or 5 minutes. I promise I'm not going to hold you guys hostage, but we got a really unique situation on our hands with KJ Bolden about to make his decision. You know, we've done a lot of these here in the On3 studio, and most of the time when we come up for a commitment, I usually have a good idea of where he's going. Sometimes I know exactly where he's going to commit. Today, I'm with you guys. I don't have a clue where KJ Bolden's going. He hasn't even informed any of the college coaches. So if we got Kirby Smart in here, if Mike Norvell, Hugh Freeze, Nick Saban, if they're in here watching right now, hey, how you doing? Good to see you. So let's talk about why we are here. 5-star plus, KJ Bolden, the #1 safety in America. You go 6 foot, 185 from Buford High School in Buford, Georgia. #1 ranked safety in the country and the 8th best player overall according to the On3 industry rankings. Let's check out these official visits that KJ went on in the month of June. Started it with Clemson, then he was at Georgia, Ohio State, Alabama. Now, he still has one on the books right now to Auburn on October 6th. We'll see how that plays out. But Bolden has been narrowing his list throughout the offseason. It's been leading up to today's big decision. So tell me right now, because I know we got a lot of fan bases in the comment section represented. Let me know your final prediction. Will it be Alabama, Georgia, Auburn, Florida State, or Ohio State? Let me know. Earlier this week, I spoke with Director of Scouting and Rankings here at On3, Charles Power, to get his opinion on KJ Bolden as a high school prospect.
KJ Bolden has a complete skill set as a safety prospect. A guy who's been on the radar for a long time. He's a plus athlete. He ran very good track times as a high school underclassman at Buford. Arguably the top high school program in the state of Georgia, or certainly one of them, and has played a lot of meaningful football. He is very fast. I think the play speed is outstanding. Closes quickly, has a lot of range and coverage. Also plays both ways at Buford. Started as a receiver as a junior. I think the ball skills translate really well as a defensive back. And a guy who makes plays really in every facet. So there's a lot to like about KJ Bolden. He has a complete skill set as a safety, and he is the #1 safety in the On3 rankings.
Thank you, Charles. Yeah, KJ can really do it all. He stars on offense. He stars on defense. He's a star on the track as well. Oh, let's check in on these national recruiting headlines 1 minute before we get to KJ. Alabama lands an elite wide receiver. You guys saw it right here on the On3 YouTube page. Amari Jefferson committed at Bama over Georgia and Tennessee. Is there an LSU double up at Duncanville? Could LSU pull 2 Duncanville stars on August 10th? 4-star running back Caden Durham and 5-star plus edge Colin Simmons will announce their decisions together. Now, Caden Durham's getting some picks for LSU, but Colin Simmons, it looks like it's a tight battle between Texas and the Tigers. Boise lands a top 50 recruit. Gatelin Bear, top 50 wide receiver, announced moments ago for Boise State over Michigan. So Boise State picks up their top-rated commitment of the 24 cycle. We got more commitments coming. What am I talking about? I mean right here on the On3 YouTube channel. We have Nate Frazier from Modern Day High School in Santa Ana, California, choosing between Oregon, UGA, and Alabama, Texas A&M as well. Sunday, 3 p.m. Eastern. Do not miss it. We're going to be here, excited for that one as well. Let's take a quick look right now at the top 10 rankings for the 2024 cycle. Dogs on top, followed by Ohio State, Florida, Alabama, Florida State, Tennessee, Clemson, Michigan, Penn State, and LSU. Hey, let's see if any of this changes by the end of the show. We're here today for a live commitment, 5-star plus safety, KJ Bolden, 6 foot, 185 from Buford, Georgia. Is it going to be the in-state Dogs? All right, let's go to KJ Bolden right now. KJ, it is Florida State. It looks like the Seminoles. KJ, can you hear me? A little celebrating right now with his family, mom and dad on either side of him. KJ, can you hear us? Let's just watch a little bit of this celebration. KJ. There is just mayhem going on right now at Flowery Branch, just outside Buford, Georgia. We are live for the commitment of five-star safety KJ Bolden. He just announced to Florida State. The Seminoles land the #1 safety in America. This is live TV, folks. KJ. I'm celebrating the Florida State Seminoles. This is a real shocker. Georgia was probably the favorite heading into this one. Then you had Auburn, you had Florida State. Let's go to Chad Simmons, Director of Recruiting for On3. Chad? Is Chad there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Chad, what do you think of Florida State landing KJ Bolden over Georgia, Auburn, Ohio State, and Alabama?
Yeah, this has been one of the wildest, probably craziest weeks of my time in this industry, obviously. We had rumors early, probably in the week, Auburn might be trending with Florida State and Georgia right there. By the end of the week last night, it was looking like Florida State versus Georgia. That's his dream school. It was the first school to offer KJ Bolden the summer before he started high school. They got on him about 4 or 5 months before any other offers came in. He's been there multiple times. The visit that changed things for KJ was that unofficial trip in mid-June to Tallahassee. Coming out of that trip after the OVs, FSU gained some momentum and in the end held off Auburn and Georgia.
So what do you think this means for Mike Norvell and the Florida State staff? Because the knock coming into this cycle was that Florida State needed to recruit the high school level better.
Well, you can't get much better than their last couple of commits with Charles Lester last week, 5-star corner from the home state, then going into Georgia, a major target for Kirby Smart in Georgia, taking him out of the Peach State down to Tallahassee and the Florida State Seminoles. This is how you build your program. You have to have players. I don't care if you're Nick Saban. I don't care if you're Bobby Bowden. You have to have the players to win games and win championships. And what Norvell's doing last year on the field, that put momentum on the recruiting trail, and it's paying off right now heading into this season for Florida State.
Man, what a crazy day this has been. These live commitments, they're always something, but you've been covering KJ Bolden for 2, 3, 4 years now. Talk about what you've seen in terms of his development on and off the field.
I think obviously Charles hit on it, and obviously he's the expert there to break the player down. But me being blessed to watch Buford play so many games as far as state championships and playing national power schedule, what you see is what KJ is, an elite athlete, great ball skills at DB, like you mentioned, Josh. Also gets it done on the track, can run, can make plays on either side of the ball. Florida State's getting a guy that I'd be surprised that doesn't play week 1 for Florida State next week. Now, we know nothing's official until December, so FSU will have to work to keep KJ in this class for sure. But I'll speak on him a little bit too off the field. I've seen him mature as a young man, from taking selfies with kids for social media to signing autographs to doing great interviews. He's not just a football player. He's a true student athlete that gets it done on both sides, on and off the field.
Just unbelievable pickup today for Florida State. And Chat, when's the last time we've really entered a recruitment like this, where in the final days, a top 10 player, we really had no clue where he'd end up going?
Yeah, Josh, obviously it can happen where the kid just pops up and commits out of nowhere. That can happen. I think that's obviously common. You want to be, if you're in my shoes, in position to kind of know what's going on and kind of keep a pulse. And I think we had a decent idea of who it was down to, but KJ kept this extremely quiet. It doesn't happen like this very often. When you have a commitment date set, a lot of times things start to leak out. But when you don't tell a college coach, they don't have a great feel, and multiple schools felt optimistic coming into today. That keeps everyone kind of on their toes and guessing. I think I kind of put the pieces together, FSU versus Georgia. But like you, Josh, I didn't know for sure where he was going, until just a few minutes ago.
All right, Chad, appreciate you being a part of this live commitment. Thanks again. We'll see you tomorrow for Nate Frazier.
Yeah, man, anytime. Thank you.
KJ Bolden commits to Florida State over Alabama, Auburn, Ohio State, Georgia. It's just a monumental pickup for Coach Norvell and the Florida State Seminoles. And look at this. They move up a spot, jumping Alabama in the top 10. Georgia, Ohio State, Florida, Florida State, Alabama, Tennessee, Clemson, Michigan, Penn State, and LSU round out the top 10. All right, do me a favor right now. Hit that subscribe button for me because we have more. Another live commitment coming tomorrow from the On3 studios here in Nashville. We're going to have Nate Frazier Sunday, 3 p.m. Eastern. Is it going to be Georgia, Oregon, Alabama? We're going to find out. So thank you for joining us for the live commitment of KJ Bolden committing to Florida State live on the On3 YouTube page.